Hello peeps, how are we all doing? Good, I hope. Well, I've come out for a tab. I haven't tabbed for a while, but I'm trying to catch up with this 100 miles in May. So I've come out for a quick tab after finishing my lollipop duties. By the time I've done this one, it's about 5 miles. It's only a quick one. And I'm down at my favourite place, and it's Smithy Reservoir. While I've been walking down there, I'm going to take a slow bimble back so I can talk to you. So while I've been coming down here, I've been watching two of the latest videos that Keith did, old Let's Tab 59. Now, first of all, Keith, glad you're looking good, mate. Man flu, yeah. Those women, they got no idea, have they? Yeah. Don't tell Tracy I said that, or Lisa, otherwise we'll both be in trouble. But yeah, good to see that you're doing well, mate. Doing well. Okay, so the first video that Keith did that I watched, Op Flavius, 1988. Yeah, what it was, as Keith has quite rightly said, it was an active service unit from the IRA that went to try and attack the garrison that was on Gibraltar. And luckily enough, yeah, everything was done with intelligence. The thought was that, as Keith said, they were going to plant a bomb at the time of the ceremonial duties. And the boys, the hooligans from Hereford, intercepted them. Now, the reason it was such a hullabaloo was because of, excuse my French, journalists. I hate journalists with a passion, yeah? All they want to do is make a big story and make a big name for themselves. Yeah, and these journalists stirred up a right storm to the point that the team that were involved in Flavius ended up getting taken to court. Now, think about this, right? The active service unit were known IRA terrorists, bombers and gunmen, yeah, who wanted to harm not only British soldiers, yeah, they didn't care who was around there. Civilians would have been harmed and everything like that. Yeah, so you, as a British soldier, have been tasked with intercepting these people, and they would have been given a full briefing. Yeah, rules of engagement, as Keith said, the rules of engagement for Northern Ireland were different. The rules of engagement for that operation would have been individual to that operation. So they were tracked, they were challenged, they reacted, and obviously the operational team had to do what had to be done. But then came all the media stuff. The fact that someone was stood over that woman. Her name was Maya Farrell, yeah, and supposedly emptied his magazine into her. And this was all witnessed, apparently, by some Spanish woman, yeah, on a balcony. Well, I wonder how much money she was paid to say what she did. Yeah, because journalists are like that, aren't they? They'll pay people to get the story that they want. As Keith said, a couple of days later, about 10 days later, the bodies of those terrorists were brought home, and during the funeral, Michael Stone decided that he was going to have a pop, yeah, and started lobbing grenades and firing shots. Now, if you ever watch the video of what happened, watch what Jerry Adams does. Yeah, this guy that was at the time the leader, yeah, of the IRA. People will say no, he wasn't. He was only part of the political wing. No, Jerry Adams, yeah, was part of PIRA, the Provisional IRA. But watch what he does. He grabs a child and hides behind the child. hero, absolute hero. Yeah. So Michael Stone does his bit. Luckily for Michael Stone, the AUC got involved and managed to whisk him away before he got a kicking and probably executed. Then we move on to 3 days where the 2 corporals from the Royal Signals ended up inadvertently driving into the procession for the IRA member. Look at that again, IRA member, known IRA member, yeah, that was killed in Milltown Cemetery. No one knows what happened, only those 2 guys fully understand. But if you ever watch the video, watch the way that those Republicans were literally on them and baying for blood. Yeah, unbelievable. Now this is before, yeah, the guys have been searched. So I know what Keith is saying about one of them had some documentation in there that said he came from Hereford, yeah. But the animal instincts that happened when those guys were attacked in their car, yeah, just shows you what the Republican people were about. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Really is disgusting. But then they get taken down the road, they get stripped, and they get executed. Now, one of the things about that, apparently the QRF, Quick Reaction Force, that was on duty that day, they wanted to deploy to go and rescue those 2 guys. Unfortunately, they were told to steer clear because of all of the hullabaloo that had been put about by the operation in Gibraltar, yeah, and then the funeral in the cemetery. They were told they couldn't deploy. Helicopters were already in the air and they knew exactly where these 2 guys had been taken to. Also, there was a priest, yeah, that witnessed it, that was there, yeah, a man of God, yeah, that stood by and watched what went on. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah. Now, I've seen a comment already on there about, you know, the IRA being hypocritical. The IRA have been hypocritical in a lot of things. There's not only the Operation Flavius incident in Gibraltar. Look at Inniskilling. Yeah, people were there to commemorate remembrance. Yeah, and they planted a device. Yeah. Loughall was another one, the police station that they were going to attack. Fortunately, the guys from Hereford were there, ambushed them and took them out before they could make any damage, any real damage. Yeah, but again, they were all armed. They had a tractor that in the front bucket was full of Semtex. Yeah, and yet here we are now. We're talking about taking guys to court over things in Northern Ireland because these IRA terrorists, they're not political or anything like that. They are terrorists. The families of those guys are now whinging about the fact that their people were not arrested. And as Keith says there, yeah, when you're in the moment, you have to make a decision and you live and die by that decision. Now, I'm pretty sure the guys that took out the ASU in Gibraltar and the guys that took out the guys at Loughall, yeah, they're living and dying by that decision. The main thing is they are still alive. The people that could have been injured, yeah, maimed, killed, yeah, if those people had managed to carry out their operation, yeah, they're still living, yeah, or they were living after the event. That's a simple fact, isn't it? Yeah. The actions of those soldiers yeah, saved lives. The actions of the terrorists would have killed people. End of. Yeah. This is why I get so uptight when I see this about veterans being hauled in front of the courts and everything for things in Northern Ireland. I agree. If those guys are guilty of something, then yeah, it's against all that I believe in. But the fact is, when there's no evidence of anything, yeah, and these guys are still being hounded, same as what's happening at the moment, you still got the Afghanistan thing going on at the moment with the guys from 2-2 that are being challenged on their actions. Yeah, it's great for these lawyers to sit there in a courtroom and try and pick the bones out of an operation. Yeah, unless you've been stood there and you've had to do something, you can't judge anyone. Yeah, same with the police force. The police force, the armed response units, every single time that they go out there, they've got to be thinking in the back of their minds, if I pull this trigger, I could be in jail for the rest of my life. So let's think on that one, yeah. Sorry guys, like I say, I'm very passionate about something like this and it does make my blood boil. So, for those of you that may be new to my channel, have a look at the other stuff. It's quite entertaining actually. Yeah, it's not as bad as this one. It's just that I got my dander up. I really have. But if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Not telling you to do it. We don't do this on mine and Keith's channel, do we? No, we don't. Yeah, you've got your own minds. But please consider it. If you do subscribe, and I've had a couple of people subscribe recently, please drop me a note in the comments. Say hello. I'll guarantee you'll get a reply back, because I'm one of these people that I like to thank the people that have taken the time to subscribe to my channel. Okay, well I'm going to, as I say, it's been a nice bimble this one. No tabbing it today. Mind you, I did tab down. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And as me and Keith always say, let's tab.